world's largest restaurant, solely owned by the company. They own like 3,300 stores right now. They're planning on opening 300 to 400 every year. They only use an X amount of ingredients. I mean, there's just so many things with them that it's like, dude, like, and we just found out that they buy back shares every quarter. So if you're watching, you're like, what does that mean? Well, essentially, they're buying back shares. So now there's limited amounts of shares in the company every quarter, which would ultimately increase the price. So you're looking at the market cap now, and me and Tony were talking about this. If you don't know, a company's market cap, in order for them to double up, the market cap's gonna have to double up. So sometimes when a company gets so big, it's hard to go up.
I mean, it doesn't have to double up. I mean, if you just look at it without accounting for corporate buybacks or anything else that they're doing, then yeah, it's kind of like the same, So it's it's one of those things where it's Chipotle is gonna move up. Chipotle's stock repurchase is
and that's the factor of it. That's like it might not even have to double
hundreds
up.
Of millions of dollars every quarter almost.
Actually, I believe it is. What is that number, dude? It's 2,216,030,000 for overall for the past 5 years. I'm sorry.
So like 2.1 billion, bro. Yeah, round it up, man. Round it up. So,
but that's over the past 4 years of them buying back shares. So that's a lot. I wanted to get the exact number, but it's
no. I mean
2.16. So
I mean, when they started the digital sales back in 2008, that was the beginning.
Yep.
Because Chipotle was always like a really good company. But they didn't do anything online. They didn't do anything digital.
Yep.
So when they started that in 2008, 2009, and that started coming out, that was the beginning of their time. And I mean, just on the numbers that what was we reading? It only cost I think it's $2 million to open up a store. Or
essentially
$2.5 million.
Essentially, it's it costs $800,000 to $1 million to open up a new store. Each store, $100 is broken down in the store. 20% goes to electricity and other things. 5% goes to rent. 25% goes to food and inventory, and then there's 25% that is for the profit. I think there's another 25% in there. I think that just goes to different other aspects, but essentially, they make around, the average store makes around $500,000 a year.
Okay.
Profit. So with that, with the store only costing $800,000 to $1 million, only takes 2 years for them to get the money back, and they own every restaurant. So it's just, they're going to be able to continuously grow. And guess what? Somewhere like Shake Shack, you actually surprised me, because when I looked at Shake Shack, they're already in so many other countries, but they only have 500 stores. Now you have Chipotle that has over 3,000 stores.
Just established.
And they have over 3,000 stores, and they're not even in any other countries except the Middle East, which they just did this year. They did a little franchise deal with Kuwait and then somewhere in Dubai. But imagine if they get out. That's why I see them being such a big stock, from them not even being international yet. The buybacks, where they're at right now, they're going to be a bigger powerhouse than McDonald's in my eyes. I truly believe it. McDonald's is like a real estate business. We all know that. Chipotle is really, they're going to be pumping this out. Nobody's stopping. Even with the portions, you would think it's stopping. I guess we'll see the next earnings report, what happens with them. So
Sure.
We'll see if it slowed it down, because this is really the first quarter since the whole controversy.
No, it's true.
So,
man, it's really 90, 95 degrees out.
So we need to get.
It feels like almost 100. No, but
yeah,
let's really dive in on the annual stock repurchases for Chipotle, because I feel like this is the magic that people don't really account for when they're buying companies or buying stocks.
Right.
I feel like Chipotle's been on this grind of just constantly buying back their stocks.
Yep.
Constantly every year. So in 2019, you have $191 million stock repurchases. For 2020, you have $54 million. For 2021, it's a big jump. You have $460 million. Then in 2022, it goes
Went
up
down.
to $830 million. And then for 2023, $657 million.
It went down that year, yeah.
Yeah, but like
It's still,
so,
still a
like
lot.
over like the past 5 years, you have a company buying back over $2 billion worth of its shares, 2.3 billion. Right? When you have companies buying back their shares, right? What that does is that takes away from the share count on the outstanding float. So essentially, there's less shares to be purchased, which drives up the price of the stock. So, if it's simple supply and demand. If there's less of something, it's going to be more valuable, right? It's just like I guess the best comparison nowadays for like the youth is what Bitcoin, right? It's like a finite amount, right?
Yeah.
It's only so many Bitcoins. There's only so many shares of Chipotle. And each time they buy it back, they're essentially giving money to the shareholders because it's going to increase the share price. So, I mean, just with that, yeah, I mean,
Great
just
way.
like that, and I mean, the 50-to-1 stock split, that's incentive, that creates a whole new wave of retail investors.
Because people don't even look at it
Yeah,
like that
because
with
it
the
brings the
shares of
price
like how
down.
Bitcoin
Yeah,
is, but
yeah.
it's every company. Every
Yeah,
company's
yeah.
like that. Honestly.
It is honestly every company. Like, all the big companies are just like nonstop doing corporate buybacks, right?
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's just less shares to be, it's less shares available in the market. So that's going to increase the price of the stock.
And then
Just
not
that
only
simple.
even then now dive into the other things that they got going on where they're going to start. I watched like the CEO talking about where they're going to start opening stores just for people. Like you can't even go in there to eat. It's just going to be a store that like people
a drive-through?
No, just a digital store. Like you just come in and either pick up the food.
Yeah, maybe like an AI-centric store.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
you just pick up. They also got the Chipotlanes. It's like in 600 locations.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start getting that. And guess what? You can't just go through the Chipotle drive-through and order. Like, hey, let me get a number 5. Like you already would have had to have ordered. So just the amount of seamless things that they're doing and all this different like knowledge and AI, which we didn't even go into about.
I mean,
Yeah, like
the
everything.
Autocado I thought was cool when I was reading up on it. I'm like, Autocado? They have an Autocado?
Looks like a little
So
fridge.
yeah, it kind of cuts in. It cuts in like makes the avocado for what I think is 25 pounds of avocado.
Yep.
So they can do 25 pounds of avocado without using like anybody to actually do it anymore, which they said it saves them a lot of time.
Well, essentially,
Saves them a lot of time
yeah,
at the store.
it's going to save them millions, they said, and it'll
Yeah,
essentially
probably save them money and labor costs.
It'll take off the.
I mean, the old process was that they had to do
Sit
it
there,
like,
peel off the
like
skin,
a normal
do
like
all that shit.
Mexican taco stand. Like they just have to do it like that, like a taqueria, right?
Had to be something Mexican, right? Now I'm playing.
Yeah.
It is. I was,
Honky. No, but
yeah, that's gonna be something like crazy for them because then I was even reading how they'll use the same AI to start going in with the inventory and then tracking the inventory. They might just have stores that are like, it might have one person in there or 2 people and it's just pumping because then they also have the machine that is gonna, which I didn't even talk to you about this.
Whoa.
There's a whole video that they had of a machine they're testing out, and it's like like a line, and all you do it'll receive the order in the machine, and all of the products are in it, so the bowl just goes through, and it's like boop, boop, boop,
that's so funny.
boop, and then the person at the end just takes it,
Yeah,
brings
wraps
it out.
up, yeah.
It's like think about like they're really
Like Chipotle is gonna get very, very innovative.
people don't realize they're an AI play just as much as a food restaurant.
So like you're saying this is an AI food play?
I believe it's an AI food play. I believe it's maybe
So like you like feel like, I mean, with Chipotle being 59, like where do you think it goes from here? Like you think it's like a
I think honestly
like
by
a,
the end
like
of
a back to $100 kind of thing?
$100 by the end of the year.
No, really?
I think so, 100%. I'm investing like I think so. I think it's gonna have 2 crazy earnings reports. I think this next earnings that comes up is gonna like smack people in the face.
I think if Chipotle does go on a run again, I think
Like 80, 90
Chipotle
is
is
a little
going
more.
into like a maturity stage. Like I think the AI will probably lower some labor costs and saving some money. They probably could open up more stores, do things more efficiently, make more bowls, service more customers essentially. But I think maybe $75-$80.
Yeah, I think mine was a very lofty. $100 is lofty.
$80 for the
Probably
end
like
of the year
80.
would be pretty decent for Chipotle. I think from here at $59, probably 60 to 80 was that 25%.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean $20, 33%. Like my mistake, 33% from 60, from 59 to 80. It's like 34, 35%.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean,
30, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I feel like if you can make 30% on any kind of stock in a year, is a good play.
Yeah.
I mean, like I bought some Chipotle today on the dip.
Trust me, I'm glad it's still down because
Like I needed to buy a little something. I might as well buy some today. It was the best day to buy.
It's a great entry point.
Yeah,
honestly.
like it was the best day to buy.
It's the second largest market cap, I believe. It's right behind McDonald's. I think Starbucks might be above them.
Yeah,
but like
Starbucks stock is getting smoked.
Yeah, McDonald's really
Getting
isn't even
cooked.
growing like that. They lost like 20%, I think, last year or something. And they just, like, I don't see them really keeping that title like how Chipotle is because they're just so innovative and they own everything. It's like if McDonald's owned everything,
No,
they'd
I mean
probably be a
Chipotle
powerhouse.
owning everything is insanity. Honestly, like they own every single store, and
It's
then
nuts.
it like the payback period for the store is only 2 years. Like they have that information. You go online and get it if you were trying to open up a Chipotle store.
Yeah, you couldn't even.
Like you couldn't even, but
Yeah.
like that's the payback period.
Yep.
Yeah, like
You couldn't even
Chipotle is
open it.
just I mean, me personally, I like a company that's growing, and I like a company that's doing corporate buybacks. You know, they're just buying their share back every time.
Not only that,
every
they
time,
love,
every time.
not only that they love, the people that invest, but they also love the employees. I've been walking in there. I mean, you know me, dog. Every time we
Yeah.
go in there, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
guys, just to let you know,
There's-
like Chipotle's about to do a stock split.
I mean, we
50
have to.
1.
I mean, we have to encourage the Chipotle employees because they like they work really hard. But like, not only do they work really hard, the food is really good, and then they actually can purchase the stock 10 to 15%
Literally,
cheaper than the public can.
Yep, I go in there every time.
10
and
to
I-
15% cheaper. So it's like if you're a Chipotle worker, you can literally purchase your company stock for 10 to 15% cheaper than what the current market price is, which I think is like automatic money. So,
Yep. And every time I say it, when I go in there and I'm like, yo, you guys should buy it before, like when it splits, like you should buy it. I talked to one of the managers. That's what she said, that it was 10 to 15% that they get to buy it on a discount. So anybody that works at Chipotle, like this is probably one of the most essential times where, hey, maybe you make $300 a week, $400 a week. Like this is probably
I
the
always
best
tell
time
people, like,
to
50
really
bucks,
buy a little bit into it
25
now.
bucks, $100,
That
whatever.
way, like, you're building with the company.
Something
If you
small.
plan on being at Chipotle, maybe you want to be a manager. You're actually not only investing your time
could be
there,
a
but now-
manager with a lot of stock.
with a lot of stock. Like now you're investing your time in there and your money as it rides up. So
Yeah,
it's
like,
a really
I think-
good play, honestly.
Like I think Chipotle gives you what 20-30% every year, probably for the next.
managers are getting
5,
100
10 years, probably.
Yeah, managers can get $100,000 in the first
Yeah.
three. I think it's 3 or 4
Nah,
years.
yeah, like there's definitely store managers that are making 6 figures.
Yeah.
Like doing Chipotle. Like
Like
Chipotle's
crazy.
a really good company.
And then they have the program where they'll
Talking
send
about the
people
free
to
tuition
college.
program that
Yep.
they have. I think they cover like $53.50 or something like
No,
that.
they'll give you a full ride if you want to get certain degrees. I think what you said, yeah, if you're going for something
Yeah.
else, but I 5,300. But if you just want to get a degree in like agriculture, culinary, supply
Oh,
lines,
so they want you to go on the farm?
they're like, if you know what they do. If, if you want a degree in that, and I think it was like University, Southern New Hampshire, Wilmington. There was a bunch of other ones, Denver. But like that's pretty cool. Like yo, if you're really committed and you're trying to find a purpose in life, Chipotle is gonna give it to you.
I mean, listen, I bought Chipotle today. I'm going to keep buying it probably for the rest of the year. I think it's a really good long-term play. I think it's a company that's going to be around for a long time. They're probably going to open more stores. They're probably going to go international a little bit. They're doing a little bit of everything. I think the Autocado is saving them a lot of time. I think the Chipotle lane places that they're opening up, I think that's pretty cool.
And with
If
something
they
that
have
we,
the AI stores, if
something
they
that we-
start bumping those AI stores, oh my god!
and something that we didn't even
it's gonna
touch
go
on
off.
the stores is they have 2 separate lines. So you know how you go in a restaurant and you have the cooks and it's like, okay, well here we have the orders here that are coming in from online, and then we have the people in the store. So now you have to wait. They have separate lines for online and people in the store. So there's people in the back just making for the online. And then there's people in the front just making it for the store. I don't know if it's in the back, but they have separate lines.
No, I mean
for
they
it,
have
which is
so
like-
much
which
stuff
is
going
nuts.
on at Chipotle. It's like, man, that food hits every time. But we eat it like 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Yeah, I'd be cashing in the free entrees on it
Yeah.
daily.
I have to.
Daily.
I have to eat my steak, white rice, black beans, lettuce,
Yeah.
tomatoes, and cheese.
Just got
you
it
know?
plugged in the phone already.
And
Don't
then a
even
little
need no more.
guacamole.
There's not, guys,
some chips.
if you see Tony sitting here recording an episode, he has eaten Chipotle beforehand. Just to let you know.
Yes,
There's
I
not a day where, yo, where's my chips at? Where's my
Nah,
protein?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I need my.
I'm
Chipotle.
30 away.
Yeah, like if I'm
It's happening
driving,
every
like
time.
if I'm driving to Philly for an episode, I need Chipotle to start the day.
Good old
so.
Philly, right?
Yeah, good old Philly.
Nah, it's like- you get the live reaction here, man. So I mean, Shake Shack would be cool just to like, because I love Chipotle, and Shake Shack is something that you see like the growth going out. They also own all their stores, which is pretty cool. I don't know too much,
I mean,
but
Shake
I was
Shack,
looking them up a little bit.
I mean, if you really want to dive in there,
We don't
got
gotta
like
dive in.
5-6 minutes.